Hey guys, this is KMC and this is our fourth part of the Kwik-E-Mart. We're just gonna go inside and start interior decorating. So we're gonna start doing our counter first. Now guys, this is me doing it roughly. I do work on it a little while prior to getting it done, purely just to try and get it right. So I'm starting 4 blocks away from the wall and I'm gonna be doubling up, making it double the thickness. I've just done my 4th, now my 5th block on the end. So now we're going to start turning it round, and I'm now on the 6, running that 6 all the way down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I went 8 down to the side. And guys, the reason I'm pausing is because I'm looking at pictures trying to think, oh, can I make this happen? So on my 9th row, I start pulling it back and then double layer the 8th row coming back around. Now, when I put the birchwood slab on, if you guys only put it on the front of, not on the second layer in, just literally do it on the outside layer, it would be much better off, because I do peel it away to put stuff in, because obviously you can't lay straight onto slabs, so it would have looked very weird, magician like. So I'm going to start using my birchwood stair, and that's just really to make like a rack for where you would have the newspaper stands or the magazine stands. And I'm just going to do them 3 long, chuck in signs on the front and then on the sides as well. Now remembering guys, to not put this one on the very edge here, you want to go 1 over to the other side, because you need the other side, you need a block 3 to put your sign into that block space. So when I go to put the side on here, I can only put it on 1, so I got to knock 1 away, take it to this end. Now guys, if you do have better ideas, be sure to share them. This is just me trying to make sure that I've done something with the inside before I move on, and so often I've been leaving my builds unfurnished inside, and I want to go through them and add the video parts to it, even including the brown house really. I just want to try and get it done and make it look nice. So I'm going to start pulling back my desk a bit more. That's taking it up to the 5th, and I'm going to start turning it round. So we're now coming back, so we're now only 3 blocks away from the wall, or 2 blocks away from the wall, sorry, once it's double layered. And I'm just trying to make a quick squishy machine, or the best that I can do to try and make it a squishy machine. So I've gone 3 blocks high, 4 squared, and then I'm going to put a green on the front and the back on the right hand side, and then I'm going to do the opposite side with a purple, because in some pictures there's like an extra layer of the machine and then there's not on others. So that is our base of our Kwik-E machine, slushy machine, sorry. So I'm just trying to find myself some materials to make it like a couple of buttons on the front. So I'm going to use a couple of levers, and I'm going to actually use item frames with plant pots in. As weird as that sounds, but it actually then looks like cups. There you go, I've chucked in my item frames, and I'm actually going to stick in plant pots to make it look like cups. And sticking them in, and then stick in a lever on. And we're just going to stick 2 levers on, making it look like the 2 cups lined up with the 2 levers. And on top of the green, I'm just going to chuck a layer of snow, because I just want it to look quite fluffy on top. So we're just going to layer it with snow. I would actually stick to 1 layer personally, but I've taken it up to 2. But really I should have left it at 1 layer, I think. So guys, I am sorry for taking my time. You are literally seeing me on raw feed trying to get it done. I just finished off with a button on top of the right hand side. I'm going to use never rack stairs to just literally put a stair there as never rack, just to try and create the look of a till on the desk. And obviously, like I say, you want to peel away this inside layer of slab because you don't want your till to be hanging up in the air like that. So we're just going to knock it back and then put 1 just there, just to create the look of a till. And then I'm going to start using my grey clay to create the look of the hot dog machine. So I'm just going to make it 4 squared all the way around, and then on the front of one side I'm going to chuck a sign on the right hand side and an item frame on the left hand side with a stake in. So guys, why I've got the chance to talk to you, because I am a little bit slow with the building today. I am going to be chucking out my map as soon as I can cross it over with the PC, and I will be putting out the builds, and once it's finished, the map out for download for the subscribers. Just really a thank you, just to say thanks for following. And if you have any suggestions on what builds you want to see next, because Springfield does have a lot of builds, we're going to be moving on to Moe's Tavern. But after that, if anyone wants to see anything in particular, please do put that forward, just as a way of getting it done. And I'm thinking of doing the cemetery very soon, and as bad as it sounds, I think I'm going to add all the subscribers' names to the tombstones, so making the actual graveyard quite a big space. But I've got an unlimited world here, so I'm just going to add all the names of the subscribers. If I do miss you out, or you are hidden on my subscriber count, just literally drop me a message or a comment saying so and so, and we'll be getting onto that quite soon. So now I'm going to try and create the couple of arcade machines over in the corner. So I'm using the wood stairs. I did stick this here, but I'm not sure if I ended up leaving it like that. So I stick down the blocks, I stick down the stairs in front on the second row, and then another block on the top of that, leaving just a little bit of a slant there. putting the stairs back round to normal, and then using a painting across the two middle blocks to give it the look that it's got a picture across the front. And then doubling up on two signs just above the top of that. So guys, you can see that I'm very slow, and it is me just literally looking at it, umming and ahhing, looking at the pictures and thinking, can I do anything better? Now guys, if you can do anything better, you've got to do it. You know, it's how we all go. You see what works best. So now for this next one, we're going to use green wool, and I'm just taking it up a level, and I can't leave it with the top hanging out, so I've got to take that off, put a painting across the middle, put a pressure plate on one side, a lever on the other. And now dropping below, I'm going to put an item frame at the bottom, just under the pressure plate, and put in a tripwire on the other side. So now I'm going to put an item frame on this side, and then I'm going to put a daylight sensor in it to make it look as if it's a piece for a coin, or maybe buttons in some way. I just thought it looked best at the time. And then I'm going to turn it round and turn it upside down. That's how I'm going to leave that. You can stick the signs across the top if you can find the names of the machines. So guys, I'm going to move on to my freezers. And literally as I do this, I obviously won't be in this corner, so the easiest way to do this is to drag it across, or at least space out every two, and leaving two spaces free on the third one, put in a post. And this is pretty much your footings for the freezers. And I decided to do this around the majority of the outside of the shop. And on the full throw up, start pulling it all the way across. So now I knock these ones away, and starting on the third block out, one in from the one that's already there, and start dragging it back to put in the next row of freezers. You're going to have to start from the top corner just to find out where your spaces actually are, so don't copy me here. So you're going to work back, find your space, leave two, build up. And for the glass, I did try and use ice at first, because I thought it would make a nice addition being a freezer, but it just didn't look right to myself, so I used glass in the end. And then I used all the different coloured walls in different compartments of the freezers. So now you've got it here, you're just going to block it up, but be careful not to block everything up. So instead of the ice, you're going to use light blue glass and layer it up one layer behind with all different colours of wool. Now, I'm not going to go all the way through showing you. I'm just going to let my clip carry on putting in the ice until I realise that it doesn't look as good as I thought it does. But for you guys looking to get ahead of my video, it would be best to put in the light blue glass and then using wool like I do here. I'm just going to drop behind for these two layers. I'm going to do all this one green, then I'm going to do the next one purple, and then obviously so on all the way around, using all different colours, creating all different compartments. Now as you can see, I couldn't see through the ice, so I used light blue glass. So I'm knocking it away, put my light blue in, light blue glass in, so you can actually see the green all the way through. And I'll transist over and you can see them as they're done now. So there we go guys, I got a lot further. I've put all different colours in the freezers. There's two shelves that I've made there. It took me a while to really become happy with how I done it, so I didn't keep it all in. I've just left myself one to do, and with that one to do, I'll show you guys how to do it as well. So obviously if it doesn't work for you, you can always use your own, you know, because there's always other options, there's always loads of different ideas you can use to do this, not just the ones I'm using. So I used the orange wood, Arcanian I think it is, or something along those lines, and then I used white quartz, and then switching back to the wood again on the very last one. And I didn't record it all because I played around with it for so long that it made the rest of the video look pretty speedy. So I'm going to go back, I'm using planks in the middle, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to do that up for 4 layers, and the reason for 4 layers is because you need the shelves to be able to house chests on top. And then we're going to go to our stairs, turn them upside down across the bottom row, and then come up to the 3rd row and do the same again. And I'm repeating the process on the other side. And on the front I put 3 blocks, then I put the stairs up right way, and now using them upside down on this side like I was just saying, and then repeating the process of what we done on the front. We're just going to put our 3 blocks in, and then we're going to put our 3 stairs in, and then we're going to use our stairs upside down across the 3rd block. So now we're going to put chests each on every other one, otherwise it does the long chest. Also down to personal preference really. And then I put slabs across both ends on the top layer, so I can turn around stairs, put them upside down on top, creating like an extra piece for the shelves on the front and the back. And now we're going to use signs for the front of the steps, doing it all the way across, only the bottom few mind, and then turn around just to create edges to the sides of our front baskets. And now repeating the process on the back. So repeating the process, we're now going to start using our slab to go across the front, and then we're going to use upside down steps starting in the middle and then joining them onto the ends just to create the end of the shelves. So guys, that's all I've really got for the shop. There is more bits you can put in there, quite a lot more actually, but it takes up that space, creates the feeling that it is actually now a shop. Or at least I think so, I'm quite happy with it. The only thing I would suggest is above the freezers, go around it with wool, and you could also make them then have like 2 pieces of wool on top to create sort of signs for the tops. You could even go around with double paintings all the way in between each one, still putting the frames of the freezers there. I think that would look pretty good. I didn't get around to doing it at the moment. So like I say, I peeled away all the inside row of the till counter, just to create a bit more space in there. But all the main parts are in there. I don't think I've missed anything that is really on my mind. But apart from that, guys, I do apologise for the slowness of the video, but you're actually watching me put it together, trying to think as I'm doing it. Thanks for watching, guys.